Has it sunk in yet?
Yeah, man. I woke up the next day like, holy shit, we're in the Sean Strickland championship era. That was really weird, man, to wake up and be like, then I woke up today. I'm like, yeah, this is real. This is a real thing. He's gonna be insufferable for sure. And I feel worse for you guys than anybody else, the media, because like once he starts doing his media tour, you guys are gonna be screwed.
Have you talked to him? I don't know if he's back yet, but have you talked to him even when he was still over there?
He gets back here and he should be back here within a few hours. I talked to him right after the fight. And I don't even think it's set in for him yet, man. He's just kind of like, hey, like I'm a champion. So they probably hit him like that night. You know, you're back there, your adrenaline's coming down, whatnot. But I'm sure it definitely probably hit him when he woke up the next morning. Like, you're the best guy in the world.
Everybody was surprised and talking about the biggest upsets and whatnot, but what does it say about the sport, about mixed martial arts, about the UFC? Everybody has a chance, right? Everybody, as a fighter, everybody has a chance when you get in there.
Styles make fights, man, and like Izzy's great. Don't get me wrong, he is great, but there's me and guys like Sam Alvey and Coach Eric and a lot of guys been saying like Sean's one of the best guys on the planet. And with the Izzy thing, man, a lot of people who are more casual with like their mixed martial arts knowledge, you you know what the you see the Izzy highlights, you see the stuff the UFC pushes, so that's what you go on. But like for the people in the room and the people in there every day, like there's a lot of people who are killers out there that aren't on those UFC highlights, and this is what happens when you give a killer an opportunity.
As somebody who spends probably more time or as much time as anyone at the gym, we see what we see from Sean and we see what we see with Sean on the mic. Take us inside, those extreme couture doors. What is it like being side by side with Sean Strickland?
I'm telling you guys, like he genuinely loves. Oh, sorry, sorry. Woo. No, Sean, excuse me. Sean genuinely loves fighting. Uh, it's weird. He doesn't like training, but he likes fighting people in the training room. So you tell Sean to drill, he's gonna be unhappy. But if you let he loves to compete, man. He loves that fight. So I think especially the Izzy fight too, man. It's kind of what happens when you get in there with an actual crazy person. Like it's not fair to you or him. And like Sean's an actual crazy person, and you're not gonna want to fight more than Sean. I think there's very few people I know that want to fight as much as Sean does. So I mean that's how he is every day, man. He's in your face every session. He's going as hard as he can go, like every session, every day. It's very rare you see Sean not give 100% in practice, and Saturday was a culmination of all of those balls out days, kind of in that moment.
Is he misunderstood at all? I mean, you see what you get, I guess, from him and his personality, or is that the way we see it on the outside? Do you see a different version of Sean?
It's not that I see a different version of Sean. I know a different version of Sean. Like it's uh misunderstood. I wouldn't say misunderstood. I just saying there's more to him. It's like it's like he definitely he puts out what he puts out. It's hard to misunderstand that, but there's more to that. Like he's Sean's smarter than people think, and he definitely he limits like to like how much of him you get to know. But like I've known him for 7 years now. Like I've always said, Sean's not a nice guy, but he's a really good guy. Really good guy. He's not a nice guy at all. And I think a lot of people don't know that. People don't see it, but like people who are around him understand that like he genuinely is a good dude. He just happens to be crazy and in desperate need of therapy.
You're not that far off, in the top 15, closing on the top 10. How close are you guys? Are you Aljamain Marab close, or is there a scenario where if it had to happen, it could happen and get paid
At
for it?
no at 85, like it would never happen anyway. Like I'm not, like I'm fighting 85. I'm a very small 85er. I should probably be going back down to 70 here soon. But regardless, like, so the only difference is Sean and I would fight each other. We've had fist fights before. Like we've gotten to actual fist fights before. We're in the room. So if it came up to it, we would say yes. But the price would be so ridiculous that like I doubt the UFC would say yes. But if they agreed to that price, we tried to kill each other for free. So if you put a big enough price tag on it and they say yes, we would do it in a heartbeat.
So if you're saying you do it for free anyway, you should do it for anything.
No, but I mean I'm not so if there's a little bit of difference, it's just doing it because at the end of the day, one of you's gonna lose. And like that, I don't care what happens, that affects your paycheck, that affects your standing, that affects everything else. Fighting each other in practice is like when you get to a fight with your brother and you're like, bro, I'm tired of your shit. We're gonna fight. But like on the stage, when there's money on the line and careers are on the line, like you have to make it worth it. Like you have to make it so everybody walks away with a win. So that's one thing. Like we're gonna fight. It's what again we would kill each other. We've been kicked out of like 3 gyms for fighting each other. Honestly, it's been a long thing. But like to do it in a fight when somebody's career suffers, man, like nah, man, like you have to make the pay worth it.
I
And
think
it's such a
he's
dumb number.
I think he said that, back to normal life Tuesday, he'll be back in the gym. What do you think it's going to be like when he steps foot in the gym this week?
So here's the thing. I don't think Sean was attitude will change at all, like day to day. But now it's going to be impossible to argue with Sean because he has a UFC world title to like back up whatever nonsense he says. So like he's going to be like, "Oh, you train too much or drilling stupid." You'll be like, "Sean, everyone drills." He'll be like, "I don't drill, and I'm a UFC world champion." And like you just can't you can't like raise when he raises that high. What do you say? So he'll I think he'll be back to the practice tomorrow easily. Depending on how beat up he is, this week for sure. Nothing will change except you can no longer argue with his like methods. So he's going to be insufferable, like absolutely insufferable.
Chris, thank you so much. I'm sure it was super exciting to see your teammate do that and inspiring for yourself too, right?
One of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life, and for me especially, now I'm like, fuck, I gotta go do more now because I said earlier, as happy as I am for him, I gotta step my game up because I refuse to be anyone's Artem Lobov. So I gotta go, get ourselves out this rut and right the ship. So now I got more pressure than ever to do it right.